What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Truth the Transparency. Good morning. Thursday, all day today. Woo. What is it? May 21st, 2026. Good morning. This is Netflix #1 show. Crash. Murder accident. Mackenzie, Shrilla out of Strongsville, Ohio. Yes, here in the great state, the Buckeye State. TMZ released in its entirety the body-worn camera. Something I think is interesting is, yes, I am from the Cleveland area, know Strongsville very, very well. She wasn't got to by the police, first responders, for like 45 minutes. There was a runner that called in this crash. 45 minutes. I want to know your guys' thoughts. They played part of this in the documentary. Again, give a shout out to the prosecutor, Timmy. I've known Tim for a while.
Radio. This car's split in two. Radio, there's an occupant inside. Send us a squad now.
You're on Westwood on the Triana Alameda.
No one's breathing.
Okay.
Bust that window out. Rookie. Oh my God, dude. Who can hear my voice? Driver's radio. The driver is breathing unconscious.
I copy.
Radio, they're going to need full extraction on all three. Come here. Call him the plate. Let him call it in.
Shocked that all the cops in that area don't have the little puncher that you like literally just touch the window and it just shatters. We just had a situation where we saw firefighters use it. It was like immediate. It was like choop, choop, and just like all the glass went down. They say to get those. I guess you remember when the Kylie Rodney case happened, and what was it under the dive team? They sold like a shit ton of those little God, what were they called?
Bad guys. She's alive. We got to get her out somehow.
All right. Reach up and unlock the door.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Heaven. It's I ain't gonna budge. It's on the frame. Let's go around and see if we can get. Keep cutting. Doing good. Oh my God. Sarge, we're good to try to get her out. Oh, dude, I don't know if we can. Oh my God.
Start looking for a wall.
She's breathing. She's breathing. Her head's wedged. Let's see if we can get some IDs, guys.
24, go ahead. How was the other unit?
Oh yeah, they're all pretty young. Oh my God.
Can you find a younger female in that residence?
Okay, so the first thing that I noticed here, we've been following obviously the Idaho 4 case for a long time, and I haven't heard anything being muted out yet.
Don't feel anything. Don't feel pain.
She's breathing. I saw her stomach. Her stomach's
Oh,
moving.
yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
We got 2 that are gone.
Oh, that's so sad.
Should we see what about Demore for reconstructionist? He's
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
44, can you start setting up those block traffic north on Alameda?
5-7 radio. Advise fire. If our driver's breathing, unconscious, wedged.
We advise.
Holy smoke. The last thing you expect to see came. Help me find.
Yeah, where the car is right now is not where. I mean, that's the secondary location.
A track, guys.
You could see all the debris. All the debris. Yep, I said it like that for a reason. Again, this has been out for a while, but in the documentary, they only show like different parts of it, so you can see like all of it. What do you guys think? Have you guys had an opportunity to watch the Netflix? I mean, it's rated #1 right now. It's really interesting. This documentary came out at the same time that fucking idiot from Florida, Wade Wilson. God. Ugh. He's a puke fest.
Come through here.
You know,
Left the roadway behind your car.
I have a 17-year-old female, Mackenzie.
Went through the sign.
look at that.
That might be the driver.
Copy.
Talking?
Yeah.
She talking?
Yeah.
5-7 radio. She's talking a little bit. Advise fire to step it up.
Copy.
She had her seatbelt on and nobody else did.
All right, thanks. Good job. Did you try to pocket to them?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Okay. I know. Jesus Christ. This is the worst I've ever seen.
This is the worst I've ever seen. That would have been in Idaho. That would have been, blurred out or muted. I mean, Idaho, get with the times. There is not. Have you guys heard a single portion of this muted yet? 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Nothing's muted. And this is a horrific scene.
There's nothing we can do right now, guys, other than hope fire hurries up. That's it.
Hey. Where's the fire department? We're going to see how long it takes them to get there. Her mom's something else.
Just grab your med kit, put it back in the car. How to get it split in half from hitting the building here? It looks like this is where it's split. 60 being called.
You want me to just shut it down?
Tim, the prosecutor, he's writing a book. I said, hurry up. I hit him up. I was like, I have so many questions. What can you answer? And when can you come on the channel? He said, all of that stuff gets approved. Just so you guys know that if you're a prosecutor, you're an elected official, you have to get all that stuff approved. Because I was like, when are you coming on the channel? But if you haven't seen the documentary, I suggest that you watch it and pay attention to the prosecutor. This was a bench trial because I said, why'd she opt to do bench trial? Because I thought that, first of all, Tim is like cool as shit. He's just like no bullshit. Just, I think he did his due diligence. He actually sat there on the show and was talking about just that.
Westwood.
But he's like, you guys, he was talking to Netflix and he's like, wait, you got so-and-so to talk? Oh, I was trying to get her to talk. Oh, this is going to be fascinating. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Her friend, Rosie, right? I want to know how Rosie got 268,000 YouTube subscribers. I know that's the number that they showed in the Netflix. Is that how many she had back then, though? Like, what did she even do? What was her... What did she do? To this day, I don't even know what Rosie did. Like, what did she do on YouTube? What did she do on TikTok? I get TikTok. Fuck TikTok. What did Rosie do? And then some people were like, oh, she bought those subs. And then Bella's telling me that Mackenzie's parents were selling her as an escort in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's
So you have to ask Bella all about that.
Aren't people here like all the time? I can't believe no one heard it.
This has been here for a long time. Hours.
Yeah.
I think it was I think that she was planning on killing herself as well, driving into the building. I mean,
Calm myself. Yeah.
the question for me is, was there enough proof? Like, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. So that's why I'm actually talking about it. Was there evidence beyond a reasonable doubt? Why did she opt for a bench jury versus an actual jury that maybe she could, I don't know, get one juror to see it her way? And so that's what I asked him. I said, why'd she go bench jury? And he said, that's going to be a chapter in the book. I said, come on, fool, let's go. I said, then you better hurry up and write your book. Her friend does not believe that she believes that this was an accident.
Confirmed DOA. They're confirmed DOA. We might have to move some cruisers. Leave yours there.
So last night I went, you guys know, like Drip Drop, love Drip Drop, right? You guys, there's so many people that I have the utmost respect for, that have true crime channels, and I have difference of opinions of them, and then I have the same opinions of what they have on certain cases. So in this case, Drip Drop back in the day, do you guys remember when he was making all of these videos? Because I did not follow the case. I chose not. I was like, I didn't. Bella always asked me why I wasn't following it because, it's in Ohio, it's in Strongsville, it's right outside of Cleveland, it's where I grew up. We were really busy over here doing some other things, weren't we? Okay. So Drip Drop makes an appearance at the end of the Netflix documentary. And so like last night when there was a video, he didn't make it yesterday. He made it, I think, like 6-7 days ago. It was like here's the 10 reasons that he believes that, she's innocent. It was an accident. And he lists out his 10 reasons. And so like last night I did a little watch into that video. Drip Drop loved her in the beginning. Is he? I think he still has love for her. You know what? I need to email him and ask him if they've ever spoke. But I'll tell you this: her parents are some, like, wow. Like, let's just take all of this aside. Her parents are just out in la la land, and I think that's being kind. But holy shit. Do you guys see all those videos? Remember yesterday I was like, hey, go watch these videos. The dad basically just lost his job. Okay. They just put him on administrative leave. I was looking up because I wanted to know where this Saint Teresa or whatever the school was. I've like never heard of it. I went to Catholic grade school. I was like, what is this school? And he's like the music and digital something teacher. And I'm like, what? And it's like they put him on administrative leave because of his comments in the Netflix video. And I'm like, so I went back to watch all of his little clips. You guys, he's saying things that are just like, I mean, we know she smoked weed, like weed, blah. You know, I'd rather have her do that than like fucking shoot up some, like, you know, shoot up or get drunk. And I'm just like, why are you even saying any of this? Like, you don't have to say any of this. Like, Netflix is just rolling fucking getting B footage. And here this motherfucker is just over here like, she's making videos. They're they're just smoking. They're doing mass bong hits. I think of what's that? Cypress Hill, Hits from the Bong. Remember that old school song? Oh God. Insane in the Membrane. If I can play that shit. So I went like back to the beginning and I'm just like, her family knew that these videos were out there and this is what the kid's doing. This is what their daughter's doing. And it's like, you're raising a fucking terror. Like, I just cannot believe there is no way that I would ever be saying anything like that if my son started making videos and this is what he was doing. Like, what? And then I felt really bad as an athlete. I saw, because I knew that kid was a really good football player. I did not know that he tore his ACL his senior year after 4 games. Because I wonder why Strongsville has a really good program for football normally. And he was a running back. In his senior year, he tore his ACL, his UCL. I wonder if he tore his MCL. But it sounds like he tore the shit. Like, and they basically told him, your football, you're not going to be going and playing college football. And that's when everything for Davion kind of went like, he started hanging out with the stoners, the people that were just, and I get it, like he's probably depressed as shit, you know, to be told that. And that's like your dream. Did not know he was adopted. Learned that from the documentary. Him and his sister, they were adopted. I just thought all these parents were so reasonable. And then you listen, the parents that lost their kids, okay? They're over here talking so reasonable. Like, we just want to, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, because then you start seeing things and you're like, oh my God, how does a car get like this? Like, they fall asleep at the wheel. Like, I just felt like these parents that lost their kids were being so, and they were feeling bad for her because here, you're the one that survives. Go ahead and live like that the rest of your life and having this like survivor's guilt. So I noticed that like all these parents, you could just tell it was a total different class of a human. You know, you see, I would love to talk to Dominic's sister. My heart broke for her in that video, in that documentary. The Russos, they were just totally like, could you ever in a million thousand years think that a 17-year-old, while your kid's dating a 17-year-old and, you know, it's a high school like relationship, that somebody could ever, this would have ever been on purpose? So you're never even thinking like that, right? Like if you would have had those type of thoughts that could have even been possible, then why is your kid ever around this person? That's like where my headspace would be. Like, I'm gonna know who my fucking kid's hanging out with. If you want to say, oh, Lana, you'll be running background checks on people, you're goddamn right. I want to know who their parents are, though. I want to know more about the kids' parents than I do about the kid. Let me know about their parents. Who's this person's parents? What do they do for a living? What were they into? You know, shit like that. I want to know all about that. I just think it matters more than like what the kid. We can bring a kid on vacation with us. We can bring, hey, why don't you come over and have dinner with us? Oh, no one's home at your house? Yeah, why don't you go over here and hang out? You know? Because there are a lot of people's parents out there that work a lot. There's a lot of single moms out there that's only them. There's a lot of single dads out there. It's only them, and then they're working. And but at the end of the day, I want to know way more about a kid's family. Okay. And in this situation, holy shit, Mackenzie's parents are fucking, they should have never procreated. I almost feel like you should have to pass a test to procreate nowadays. Holy shit. The 6 minutes that she talked, I'm going to play it. Oh my God. At the sentencing, oh my God. What the fuck is she talking about? What is wrong with that woman? Davion was just a new friend. We didn't even. And then the judge is like, and? What the fuck? But like when you hear and you see this woman, then you see it just, everything clicks. When you see people's parents, you see kids, okay? Like, come on, like they're a kid. Look at their parents. And then it's going to be like, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So yeah, I'm sorry, but she shouldn't. Mackenzie's parents should have never procreated. That's my opinion, because they could not be parent. They should never have been parents. That's my opinion. Unbelievable. I mean, she's the way that she is because of them. You know, somebody made a good comment last night. It made you think a little bit about, hey, since her parents gave her a vehicle, can you charge her parents? Because it's pretty much like, well, the way that they want to charge people nowadays, they're charging people's parents, right? And so it's like, well, can you charge her mom or dad? It's like, well, you know what? Shit, the way that Michigan rolls, surprised they didn't get charged. You know, for her having a vehicle. Because if she doesn't have a vehicle, then that could have never happened. Well, maybe she would have just drove Dom's car. I just can't believe, what really hurts my heart is to think, I mean, this girl's beyond selfish. But why was Davion in the car? Why are you doing that with him in the car? And I think that to me might only be her saving grace, as to like maybe why, when somebody wants to argue and say, is there proof beyond a reasonable doubt that this was murder? Again, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, that's like a really big standard, big burden. And I would just love to hear Tim talk about that aspect, which is, you know, how are you able to convince 12 jurors? But here, he didn't have to convince 12 jurors. You know, he had to get the elements out to a judge, and the judge has to see that all the elements are there. And that's why I'm scratching my head as to, wait a second, you think that this judge was going to go in there and you had a better opportunity with the judge? And that tells me that her lawyer believed that there's no way that they're meeting the elements of murder. So I believe it was like a murder-suicide thing. But if you want to even take the word murder away, and she was, because if you listen to the documentary, it's like, well, was it like a pact? Did these kids all talk and say that, hey, we all agreed to end our lives that night, okay? And she just happens to live. Because that's what that was one of the things Tim looked for. If you listen to the documentary, when he talks about his due diligence here, which was, this was just going to be considered an accident until more and more things. And it was, if Tim didn't prosecute this case, I don't know. Like, that's another question I have for him. Would this case have been prosecuted? You know, he's the assistant next to the elect, Mike O'Malley in Cleveland. So, but what if she would have came out of her when she woke up and said exactly what I just told you guys? What if she would have said, we all made a pact that night, or that, that early morning, and we were all attempting to commit suicide? Think about that. That's not a crime. What if she would have said that? What would have happened? I'll tell you what would have happened. Did you listen to the documentary where they have, it was only actually, they weren't even really in it that much. Have you seen the interview that they put out with Dominic's brother and his mom? Because what they were trying to go through, which is to make sure that like there was none of this like pact to do exactly what I just said. Like, yeah, no, Dominic. And then so his brother starts talking about, no, he wanted to start his own, clothing line. He wasn't going to do this. But I was like, here you have this girl who just basically claims, I don't remember anything from the moment that I basically turned onto that street until I woke up in the hospital. Do you guys believe? I mean, do we believe any of this? I talked to Carson's, what does she change her name to now? I'll just say Carson's. One of my mods, and she's like, isn't it a crime to assist is a suicide? Yeah, depending on the state. She's like, Lana, no joke, I have to tell you something. I won't say who it is, but she's like, unless she tells me that I can ever give that out, but she's like, somebody that I know ran into the post office. And I said, what? She's like, yeah, but her flip-flop got stuck. Okay. And I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, but nothing, like, she didn't die or anything like that, but she was super embarrassed. It was an accident. And then she's like, no shit though. She said that her shoe had gotten stuck. And I was like, really? She's like, shit, you not. Mm-hmm. But she ran right into the post office. So we were just talking about, has anybody ever had that happen to them when they're driving with their flip-flops, with their like clogs, like with their anything that had like an open back?
Gonna line this whole goddamn street. They're gonna line this street. Just leave it. It's my laws. They can get by the middle cruiser.
Here they come.
Just confirm DOA. The corners come out.
So 8 minutes and 45 seconds.
All three of them. They stayed. Well, yeah, which is good. This is. I'll call them more in a little bit. Yep. Driver, 17-year-old female, still breathing, wedged in there. 2 are going to be deal with. Okay. They're all young, possibly teenagers. Yeah, she's been here for hours.
What? Okay, so think about that. He just says she's been here for hours. That's what he thinks. Think about what the scene must look like. If you're saying, if you think that, I'd be looking at the blood and seeing how dark, and that's what I'd be looking at. How dried the blood looks. Just saying. But he has nothing to go off of. This just got called in, and he thinks that they've been there for a couple hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Life flight? Life flight has to come. We'll have to set up a perimeter for it, okay?
I'm going to speed this up a little bit.
Hold it open. We want the driver out. She's still breathing, fellas. It's a 17-year-old female. Yeah, probably.
You only have one survivor.
I mean, check those other two. They might be fine. The one guy's definitely. Yeah. So the last thing I thought we'd be pulling up to, man.
Look at that. Like when I saw this car in the lot, I'm just like, how are they even able to take a look at, to compare it to be able to do any type of a test, see if the brakes were faulty or not, to see if that type of stuff interests me. And just in terms of like, okay, how are you going to be able to argue this? Did you guys feel that her defense attorney sucked? I felt like her defense attorney sucked. Okay. Because you guys know me, I believe that everybody deserves the best defense. I personally believe that her defense attorney sucked. How did she survive? That's what I keep saying. How did she survive? There's no way that she would have ever planned to survive this, but she did have her seatbelt on. I also want to know, is she a normal seatbelt wearer? You know what I mean? If she normally never wears her seatbelt, why would she put her seatbelt on? And
This is it. Which one? 13? Sorry. This is your key. Hold on to it. That's yours, right? Throw in your pocket. Don't lose them. I don't know, a bunch of whoppers. They're gonna get late tonight. Oh, yeah. He already said it. You might be calling for it right now, the captain.
Luckily, she's moving away.
This has been here for hours. This might have been here for 3-4 hours. It's not hot at all.
Yeah.
it's not hot at all. This has been here for 3 or 4 hours. Like, what? Isn't that crazy? Like, that's his initial, like, that's what he thought. It's interesting to me. And it's not like that he's obviously wrong because we know now, but it's just, that was his perspective being there as a first responder. And it just goes to show you that it doesn't mean somebody's being nefarious by saying that. That's what it looked like to him. I would ask him though, like, how many crashes have you like went to? I'm just curious as why he thought this was like 3 or 4 hours.
Terrible place to put a building. No one's coming down.
You're talking hundreds. The skid starts back there. There's no skid. I mean,
Hear that? The skid starts back there, and then he says there's no skid. I wanted to see, because they're all about, hey, she didn't try to press the brakes because there's no skid marks on the pavement. Okay.
I don't think he had.
no, they're gone. They're breathing out of ears.
The driver, the chains.
Do you guys think that she planned on using her pots from jump? I mean,
Dude, this is the last thing I expected when I pulled up. That'll wake you up.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him, I knew someone's in it. We got to start sprinting. Let's go. We're hooking it.
it's so sad.
Not more? Yep, there it goes. All right, now you're good. Oh. Jesus Christ. We're going to need a camera. Yeah. Huh? Not yet. He's already on. He's probably already calling. We need someone. Yes, Kim. I already mentioned it to him.
Camera?
Yeah, we're going to need a camera. I'm hoping he's a day shifter. Is anyone on station from day shift? Holy smokes. I know. I figured for camera purposes and shit. I got a camera. Oh, perfect. I'll bring out. You got a pulse on the one? What's that? Yeah. Oh, the one does. Yeah. What's it got you doing? I need IDs of all three for the report. And, oh man. She's moving. She's moving. She's moving. I don't even know where to begin for the crash report. Jesus Christ, dude. All right. You want to take pictures? Would you or no? Starting at the track. Yeah, they're passing the pulse. Go take them out now.
I'm going to share. Hold on 1 second.
Can you start with your name? My name is Natalie Shrilla. I just want to say, am I allowed to address them at all? Sure. I just want to say to the families that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone. Okay? Davion was her new friend, and Dom was the love of her life, and he was part of our family. Okay? I'm just so sorry that this happened, and we're heartbroken. Okay? And then, Your Honor, this was a terrible, tragic nightmare accident to have happened that she has no memory of, and she will never emotionally or physically recover from it. She almost died
This was the 6 minutes.
too, and we're asking that you please not run the sentence as consecutive. He was family, and we all loved each other. That morning of the accident, she called. I got a phone call that there was a car accident. Okay, so we went to the hospital, and I didn't even know who was in the car. The names had not been confirmed yet. And I'm going to cry because I missed Dom so much. We loved him so much. So I called Dom, like over and over again, praying that he was going to answer the phone, and he didn't answer the phone. So then I tried to call his mom, and she didn't answer the phone either. And I still didn't know who was in the car. I didn't even know if she was alive. I didn't know what was happening. So then we were in the waiting room. And then his mom she did call me. So I answered the phone and I was like, oh my God, like, I don't even know who was in the car. Like, what's happening? Was that Dom? And she said, what do you mean? My son is dead. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then she said something like, and now I have to wait until your kid's out of the hospital. And then I didn't hear the rest. I was like, we loved him so much. And I hung up the phone. I did not talk about social media. I didn't even know what was going on yet. Okay. So then.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, this is normal speed. Okay. I'm over here. Like, what the hell is she talking? I cannot believe this is what she said. This is how she gave this speech about, hey, this is after she was found guilty, before the sentencing. And I'm just like, you didn't run this by anybody? Look, okay, we're sorry. Okay, we're sorry. Like, okay. What? Okay.
That was it. So in the hospital, that Vitality post, I commented on that because somebody had called her a murderer. Okay. And
Okay.
she's not a murderer. So she didn't even have her phone at that point because the police had still had it. Okay. So I jumped on and I was.
So this is all stuff that the defense attorney needed to have her testify to. Right here, it's my belief. That's why I want to tell you guys, I think her lawyer sucked. Okay. Everything that she's basically doing here was her not being rehabilitated by the defense attorney or getting any of this out there. I mean, I didn't watch the trial. Okay. Did not watch the trial. Like I said, did not cover it. I simply want to give props to Tim, who I know, who's the prosecutor. And I know him pretty well. And he's a good ass dude. And holy shit, he did a great job in the documentary. He's awesome at explaining things. He's fair as fuck. And for him to say that this is what he found, and he's thorough. Okay, he's not. He'll listen to you. Okay, he's not going to jump the gun, and he'll listen to you. And I'm just like, you could just see a difference of like, he'll take on any question you want to ask him. Ask him. He won't run from a question. Like, that to me is how a prosecutor should be. Bill Thompson, he won't even be questioned.
Like, you know, she's not a murderer. She's more sad than most of these people commenting. She's been trying to get in touch with you. I mean, at that point, it was just an accident. So I commented on her behalf, not because of the modeling opportunity. Who cares about that? I don't want them to refer to her as a murderer, okay? And I don't even know how that comment got on the phone because the police still had her device and she could not access her phone or social media. That's why I did it. And I had called them asking if they could shut down social media because people were calling her a murderer and making death threats and organizing groups to, you know, take her out when she got out of the hospital and stuff. So I don't even want her phone. I don't care about her phone. I don't care about social media. I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer so that when she did come to, and she did come out of surgery, multiple surgeries, that she wouldn't see all these people calling her a murderer because she would never, ever, ever murder the love of her life. Okay. For Halloween, for 3 months after the accident, she would only wear his clothes. She
only wore his clothes.
eat the snacks he ate.
She would only eat the snacks he ate. What the fuck?
She would only listen to the music he wrote, okay? She was laying in bed for 3 months crying. There was a shrine of him next to her with photos and things that he liked and this flower that lights up that he got her because he wanted it to be fresh and alive forever. It's like a little Beauty and the Beast flower. Okay, she's got this shrine of him next to her. So she was crying for 3 months. So her friends asked if she wanted to go out trick-or-treating or Halloween, and it was at OU. And she didn't even want to go. She said, I don't know, should I go? She
It was at OU.
couldn't even walk yet, barely. So I told her, I said, baby, please.
She went to the college campus OU from Strongsville. Just so you guys know, that's a hike. That's like a 2.5-hour drive. I would think that she'd be so afraid to get into a vehicle again. I didn't know that it was at OU. She went to the OU. Okay, so also OU, that's Ohio University. It's different than Ohio State. OU is known for Halloween weekend. It's like their biggest. I mean, it was known nationwide.
Please go. It's Halloween. You've been laying for 3 months crying, only listening to his music. Please go. Have just a moment of fun. A moment of fun. So we told her to go. My husband drove her. I brought her back home. She just needed a second of fun.
Wait a second. You guys drove one. Somebody drove her, came back, and then went and drove and picked her up and brought her back. Huh. The fuck I would ever do that. Just so we're clear, that's could even be more than that away. Strongsville to OU. Three hours in 1 minute. Strongsville, 197 miles. 3 hours, drop her off, drive back 3 hours, then go back and pick her up the next day or the day after, like 6-hour trip. Fuck that. She can go out trick-or-treating in fucking Strongsville.
Losing her whole world. So that was us. We told her to go. And that concert she went to with Dom's cousin, Abby, they picked her up. They brought her there.
Okay, so this is what then this is what I was confused about. Are these two different situations, or did Dom's cousin go to OU? What do you mean picked her up and took her there? Because then that's the only thing I can think of is this a totally different situation? Because OU, Athens, okay, you're going there for the weekend to do the Halloween thing, and it's a big fucking blowout. Okay, if it's anything like it was back in 2000, 2004, holy shit. Okay. So yeah, it's a big thing. I don't think though that her doing this, I don't think that this would be like, oh, you're so not remorseful. And I don't think wearing clothes for Halloween has anything. I do think that they liked this person and who she dressed up as Halloween. I'm sorry, like I just can't get around that is going, like that's after the fact, and that's all speculation. So to me, all of this, I cannot believe this is in her statement here.
That was Dom, Mackenzie and Dom and Abby all decided to go to this concert together while they were in the hospital. That was for Dom. Everything she did after the accident was either in honor of him, to be close to him, or just to be by him any way that she can. She's like...
Did they call that girl to the stand? Did they call that girl that went to the concert? Did they call her to the stand? What did she testify to? I just think her lawyer sucked, because all of this would be said during her testimony. What girl? Fucking Abby, the one that picked her up and went to the concert, the one that was in the. You'd want to be calling all these people to the stand if the prosecution is going to paint a picture of X, Y, and Z, right? You paint the other picture by calling these people to the stand and asking them, when did you make these plans to go to fucking Halloween? Why did you do it? What would you guys dress up as? Why did you do that? I don't, it just,
Devastated and tragic. He was the air that she breathes. Okay.
I don't think anybody's disputing any of the fact that he's the air that she breathes. Okay. The question is was she suffocated by that? And is that all she saw? And was he trying to break up with her? And then she's like, well, if I can't have you, nobody can. And I want to end my life because I'm not, that's that type of thing. That's, again, did she write in any journals about that? Did she?
They went with his cousin. We spent all kinds of time with him after the accident. What was the other thing?
I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much.
What is she thinking? This is just no substance. This woman can't even form a sentence to talk about a child that was killed in a car accident, right? That your daughter was driving the car. This woman procreated. And you can't even, there's no empathy here. There's no compassion. It's just, she doesn't even know what the fuck she's like. You would think she's the mentality of a 12-year-old right here. How do you have a conversation with this woman? I wouldn't fucking be able to hold, I would be, yeah. You think I'm going to let my kid go over somebody's house after you talk? 6 minutes of talking to this woman, you're not going to that house. Do you understand me? No, not happening. There's no fucking way. There's no way that I would ever let my kid be under the parental guidance of this woman.
No, God, no, not at all. They all loved each other. They all spent every day together. You know what I mean?
Agree with all of that. They were. Look at all these videos. But what were they doing together? They were breaking the law every day they hung out. I don't know, when did that even pass here in Ohio?
I don't know
And
too
isn't
much
that
for
part
him.
of the problem, Mrs. Shrilla?
Sorry?
Isn't that part of the problem, that they all trusted each other? Isn't that part of
It's not a problem at all. It was
the problem
wonderful.
how they all ended up in the car together and two of them ended up dead?
I understand. I understand what it looks like.
Well, no, I wouldn't be saying I understand what it looks like. Because the truth is how did she not die? She should be dead, in my opinion, right? Look at that car. How the fuck did she live? That's why I would want to know. Is she normally a seatbelt wearer? She wore her seatbelt and nobody else did. I'm just curious, was she a seatbelt wearer? I also want to know, I believe that since it was at 5:30 in the morning, when you get in someone's car and you're sitting in the back and you start to doze off because you're tired, you're exhausted. So I think that Davion was falling asleep. If not, had fallen asleep, because you guys, if I'm sitting in the back seat and someone starts driving like that, okay, to the point of I know that area and I'm coherent and I'm with it. I'm in the back seat. I would have been hitting her like you wouldn't believe, because I don't care if we get in a car accident. But I'm going to be yanking at that wheel. I'm going to be, holding onto that gear shift because it's a Camry, right, in the middle. And there's no way that you're going to be able to get it how it got put into neutral and then it got put into drive after it got put into neutral. Okay. You're not coming out of neutral. They're way stronger than she is. Okay. like grabbing at her leg, her little skinny leg. But I mean, but I just don't think there was enough time. And that's what tells me that I think he was sleeping. I think Davion in the back seat he had fallen asleep. That's what makes the most sense to me. Because I think that I'm also shocked that the car didn't lose control before it hit the sign.
I'm saying that it was a tragic accident. She would
No,
never.
we're gonna have to disagree on
I
that.
understand.
Right, and I respect your position, but you disagree with me.
I understand. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to address those. We told her to go to those things, and then she did go with Dom's family. So look at that. Don't look at it with look on that with different eyes if you can, please.
Those things are not relevant.
Not at all.
Okay, so then I have an issue. If those things aren't relevant, then how did they get brought up into the case? Also, they shouldn't have been brought up into the case. The judge just said those aren't relevant. The other thing that I think is interesting is I'm telling you, her lawyer sucked. I think her lawyer sucked. And then how do you miss your deadline to appeal? Like, what the fuck? By a day? How is that not ineffective assistance of counsel? I don't know how that happens. How does that happen?
Not at all. Not at all. But she's a good, if you would have a moment, all you would need is 5 minutes of a conversation to have with her to learn who she is. Just that you would just need
Had the opportunity to testify. But you also have the opportunity to just remain silent, right?
5 minutes to learn who she is and what she's capable of not doing and doing, and you would see for yourself. That's all.
Well, that's going to be what prison's for, is that she has her 15 years here, right? Change and get yourself out. Make the parole, right? I'm like over here like, I'm over here like, wait, this is for real?
Mackenzie, you don't have to speak if you don't want to. It's up to you. Okay? You can sit if it's more comfortable, whatever's better for you. Is there anything else from the defense?
If I could address the court, Judge.
How do you just not address like all like that's your opportunity to address everybody individually and talk about like a memory that you shared? I then these people wonder why they just, I don't know. I just fucking get it, man. I mean, I do get it. It's horrible parenting. Raising kids to just be like,
Honor, may it please the court. First of all, I'd like to extend my condolences to the Russo and Flanagan family. I can't imagine how difficult this is. It's terrible. People's acts have consequences, and the consequences here are up to you. You have a range of possibilities as it relates to a girl who was 17 at the time, who is now 19 years old and has no criminal record. And as you so correctly pointed out in the opening, the decision when she gets out is up to the parole board. And we know how the parole board operates. And we know that everybody gets flopped at least once. So a 15-year sentence becomes a 20-year sentence at minimum. And it'll be up to this young lady here as to how she's going to conduct herself for the next 20 years or whatever the sentence would be. That would be number one. Second of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for allowing and taking the time to read those letters. And I would like to concentrate on the letters from the people from juvenile court. First of all, Ms. Smith and Ms. Kent. They have been the people who have monitored her progress since she was entered the juvenile detention facility, where she was for about 9 months. And I would like to commend them for writing these letters because ultimately, or initially, I tried to have them send a letter and the people at juvenile court wouldn't let them. And so they sent after the accident and way before she was ever incarcerated. They also both say that they have observed her grow as a person, that she's taken every single class possible, both culinary and college, that she's actually been a model inmate, the letters say, and that she has exhibited what they call the highest level of behavior. They grade people 1, 2, 3, 4. The better your behavior, the higher the number. She has always received the highest number. She's also been receptive to counseling, and as Ms. Kent said, she has been making amends. I'd ask you to pay special attention to the letter from Kelly Leitner that I think talks about certain, she cites certain things. Ms. Leitner is asking you to consider that the brain is not fully developed until 25 years or older. Her choices, Mackenzie's, and actions are indicative of teenage invincibility. While based on your decision, you don't find that, I find that there are. I remember when I was young, the dumbest things I ever did, and I'd hate to be judged for those things.
Oh my God. She's up for her paroles in 2037. 2037. Based on current jail calls, she seems to be taking steps to be productive. Yeah, so I'm saying, like, I put a 1 in chat. Out of the 468 people in here, put a 1 in chat if you actually watched this trial. I did not. I did not.
So really now I'm going to give you my observations because I understand what you talked with Mackenzie's mother about acceptance of responsibility, etc. All I can tell you is that from the moment I met this young lady here, she expressed sorrow. And I would say during the course of this trial, in the initial emails and statements, she said, "I'm sorry for what you did." The prosecutor has said that she hasn't accepted responsibility. Well, as you remember, during the course of this trial, our defense was that it was a reckless homicide. That's taking responsibility for what she believes happened. So I would respectfully disagree with that. I've seen.
Okay, so their defense was that this was a reckless homicide. Put a 1 in chat if you watched the
Expressed true
trial.
remorse in the times that I met her in jail, and I don't think it's self-serving. I'm going to say as an officer of the court that I feel very confident saying that she has expressed true remorse. So ultimately, another thing that you have to ask for is the likelihood of recidivism, etc. Based upon all of those things, I respect.
I'm interested in that.
the request that you run the sentences concurrently. Thank you.
They did. And she did.
Is there anybody else who wants to speak?
She ran them. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. They're running together, which is what you would want. Sorry, we've been having horrible storm weather, debris everywhere. Let's take a listen. This was when her parents were interviewed by
Tonight, for the first time since her 2023 murder conviction, the parents of 20-year-old Mackenzie Shrilla are speaking out. Shrilla was 17 when she crashed her car, killing her boyfriend and their friend. In a 3 News Investigates exclusive, her parents insist it was an accident and not murder. They're now sharing details of Mackenzie's life in prison and fighting to clear her name, even as prosecutors stand by the evidence that put her behind bars.
Relief and guilt.
Because how can I feel bad that these 2 boys died and feel grief with these families and then be absolutely overjoyed that my kid is alive.
It's been almost 3 years since the deadly crash.
I understand that. That makes sense to me. Okay, it's like you're so thankful that, oh my God, my kid didn't die, but then like that's that survivor's guilt that one would have. And they just totally believe. I mean, would you ever, let's be honest, nobody would ever believe that their kid would do something like this. So I get that too. That's like, I mean, I would hope parents would stand by their kids, you know. Allie Tally turning 10 people into green aliens over here so that they can have, where's my little shaker? This is the guy, though, that lost his job from the Netflix. Look at that car, man. Look at that. I just can't even.
In Strongsville that killed Mackenzie Shrilla's boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and their friend, Davion Flanagan. Now, Shrilla's parents are speaking out, insisting that the justice system got it wrong.
Show me one piece of evidence, one, that says she did this on purpose. Show it to me. Here it is. That's it. Then she's right where she belongs, and she's guilty of it. But there isn't any.
Prosecutors argued that she intentionally drove into a building without ever hitting the brakes, with black box data showing the car sped up to 100 miles an hour. They also argued that 2 weeks before the crash, Shrilla allegedly threatened to crash her car during an argument with Russo. The court cited it as proof.
Okay, so check this out. This is the grounds that I think she has on appeal. Hey, I got to be fair. Okay. And me being fair person is going to tell you right here. When the judge comes out and says and talks about her making like a dry run beforehand, and then this statement right here about the whole like threat, like that she said she was going to do this, that's actually not accurate. To say that that's hearsay. But the judge put in, this is like her reasoning.
Of premeditation.
And she said, Dominic, I'm going to crash this car.
But her parents maintain there's another explanation. A new legal team now arguing medical evidence the first trial missed, with a UH neurologist concluding that Shrilla suffered a medical episode at the time of the crash and a loss of consciousness, something prosecutors called speculative. Shrilla's latest court filing also includes text messages they claim flip the narrative.
This was 11 months ago when they did this. And is this the filing that was late?
Over who was threatening whom in the weeks before the crash, with texts from.
I see a lot of gaslighting. This to me is a lot of gaslighting. Okay.
Russo purportedly saying, I'm sorry.
There's no evidence what was going on in that car other than the information they gleaned from the black box information.
This was not
and then I wanted to know exactly. So who did the defense have as somebody opposite that? Just like we saw in the Karen Reed case. Okay. This is who the prosecution had, right? Who did the defense have? Again, I scratched my head at why she didn't have a jury trial.
reckless driving. This was murder.
In the 2020
box information.
This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
In the 2023 bench trial, the judge found Shrilla guilty of murder and sentenced her to 15 years to life.
And these poor families think she did it intentionally, and she didn't. And and they don't know. There's information they didn't.
So she was trying to take responsibility for it being reckless driving. What do you guys think about that? Reckless driving that resulted in a homicide? Is that what we're doing? Is that what?
See, there's information they didn't have. There's information we didn't see or have.
That's what you have to ask yourselves is how? Who is this guy that was your attorney for your daughter? because she's 17 at the time, right? You hired this attorney. Who the fuck did you guys hire? Because I personally think the guy's a fucking idiot. I would never hire that schlub. Sorry.
Should she be in prison for murder?
No, absolutely not.
Should she be in prison for aggravated vehicular homicide?
I don't know about the aggravated part because I don't think you can still say why was going on the car. Should she have been charged with reckless vehicular homicide, 2 counts? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not if it was medical.
Today, Mackenzie Shrilla is now in an Ohio women's prison in Marysville.
Marysville. You guys know that's like right by me. I said, let me just talk to her. Like, let's just talk this out. I mean, so I'm interested in this aspect. If she was saying, did they try to reach some agreement, some plea deal before this went to trial? Because so the prosecutor wouldn't say, okay, we can take a plea on this and we'll do vehicular manslaughter and you're going to do, X amount of years fixed.
Mackenzie Shrilla is now in an Ohio women's prison in Marysville.
Should she have been charged with reckless vehicular homicide, 2 counts? Absolutely.
Look at the dad. Absolutely. That's what she should have been charged with. So he's not saying that's what she should have been found guilty of. Should she have been charged with that? Absolutely, she should have been charged with that. And so my question, can't you ask him? Yeah, yes, I can ask him whatever I want. You can ask him whatever I want.
Absolutely.
Not if it was medical.
Today, Mackenzie Shrilla is now in an Ohio women's prison in Marysville, where her mom says they chat every day, whether by text from a tablet or by phone.
She does a lot of painting. She paints.
What kind of hopes, what kind of expectations do you have for Mackenzie's future?
That the truth will set her free. That's what I need to have happen. The truth, that there was no intent, that part, the truth will set her free.
Okay, she said a great word here, intent. And that's going to lead me into a couple different things. You guys, intent. Okay. So, you guys know that I've been covering Turtle Boy's case with all of his criminal charges, and he keeps going on and on about intent. And then recently the Matas were telling Turtle Boy, Bob and Allie Mata, who I respect a shit ton, Defense Diaries. If you don't know about their channel, go check it out. They told him on a recent fundraiser that you might want to look into a bench trial. Okay. And he's over there like, no, I'm going to be testifying and I'm the one that can get through to a jury. I can get a jury. I can convince 12 people. And he's saying the word, I can convince 12 people of my intent. And so I'm over here just like, so the Matas are like, you need to look into a bench trial. Okay. And he's over here like, yeah, no, like, I'm over here like a bench trial. I'm like, the elements are the elements of what he's being charged for. And in Massachusetts, like he meets every single one of those elements. I don't know if I would ever do a bench trial. Okay. I think he's fucked regardless. Okay. But Turtle Boy literally came out and said this past Sunday that he is taking the stand. And he is going to tell that jury what his intentions were. And I'm over here like, do your lawyers know that you're going to do this? Okay. So now let me ask you another question. If I think that this, that Mackenzie Shrilla is, a narcissist, she has narcissistic tendencies, personality, all of these things, right? She's just a narcissist in my opinion. But more importantly, she's just so selfish and so full of herself. Would she ever take her life? Okay. That's the part that I don't know if I see, because she wants to be this influencer. She wants to be this, that, and the other, right? And if you're dead, how can you do any of that shit, right? And so when I listened to this interview and I listened to something else and I was like, I'm just shocked that they couldn't come to some type of agreement. On what the father said. What's up? Too legit to quit? Hey. I think she honestly thought she would live with the seatbelt. Interesting. I want to know if she was a seatbelt wearer. If she's a seatbelt wearer, that'd be interesting to me. If she's not a seatbelt wearer, that's really interesting to me. So I think the dad is. You see them in this interview, like they're all over the place, right? He lost his freaking job over this. Okay. And if you're already going to try to like go in there and say that your defense is going to be like, I believe that I should be charged with this and I'm willing to accept that. And you say that in front of a jury, what do you think they're going to say? Like, you're not going to go, why wouldn't you try to take that to a jury? You don't think that you can get, I think that you would get at the very least a hung jury. Look at everybody in this chat. I think there's a lot of people in here that could go either way with it, right? So then think about when you're in with 12 people with this case and someone's like, okay, you guys, murder? These are the elements. Vehicular, aggravated man. I mean, just like, I could see her starting the vehicle up, going fast and saying, oh, do you want me to crash this car? And then like planning on like, stopping or swerving. And then fucking, I don't know. Was there enough to say like, well, what was her intention? What was her intention? And then that made me start thinking about Turtle Boy's case. And I'm like, well, fuck. If this case doesn't fucking talk, like, Turtle Boy, wake up. If the Ryan Upchurch shit doesn't fucking make you wake up, I mean, Aiden Carney is FUCKKKKKKED. Fucked. It's just going to come down to what type of sentence. What is he looking at? That jury is coming back with guilties for Aiden Carney. It is not going to be not guilty across the board. There's no fucking way. You don't get indicted for that many. Look at what they did in the Karen Reed case. Anyways, wild shit. What was the reason? Oh, for the reason that was he was put on leave, and it was all about the drug shit. But I think about it in the standpoints of putting 12 people in a room after you hear this, and you're like, okay, well, let's talk about the evidence. And I just want to know, from a defense standpoint, we saw what the black box showed for Karen Reed, and I think it looked really bad. I think the digital evidence against Karen Reed looks really bad, right? Unless you have a different narrative. So I think the video evidence against Turtle Boy is really bad, right? Really bad. And so he thinks that he's going to be able to rewrite history. So I was comparing it to like they were using her, the judge was watching her videos, right? The prosecutor is laying out a narrative. Lana, have you seen Turtle Boy's tantrums about Mike the dog walker and BLT's award that he gave himself? That he gave him? Yeah, no. I'll just tell you this. What I saw in the 12-hour fundraiser is a lot of embarrassing moments for a lot of people that were on that panel. That's all I have to say. If you're a lawyer, again, remember, guys, this is a fundraiser to raise money. Okay, they raised $80-some thousand. That's fucking awesome. 12 hours, Turtle Boy got over 80 grand. Okay, but for the 12 hours, for the people that were actually on that panel, and who can actually say that they know the ins and outs of Turtle Boy's case, who knows it? Who knows Turtle Boy's case? I'll tell you that Melanie Little thinks that she knows it. She's biased, and she totally has everybody confused about the timeline in Turtle Boy's case. But the people that were on that panel that know the case of Turtle Boy's case and timeline, what lawyers on there knew that? Why did he continue to show clips of things that didn't result in charges? Isn't that weird to you guys? It was weird to me. I'm like, wait a second. And then why, when you have Bob and Ali Mata on, are you talking about Nan Gallagher and having lawyers chime in and be part of mocking another lawyer? Don't you think that's weird? Why are you playing Nan's spaces when you have Bob and Ali Mata on your channel? It was the biggest, like, why aren't you showing the clips of what you did to Julie Nagel, Colin Albert? Because those clips, my friends, whoo-wee, that's some bad shit, motherfucker, bad shit. Oh, what's up? What's up? Chippy Speaks gifted a Truth and Transparency membership. What's up? Corey, welcome. Welcome to TNT membership land. Pieces of April, member for 25 months. Jen. Member for 38 months. I was breaking down some stuff on Twitter with Turtle Boy shit. Fucking wild, man. Yeah. Wild shit. Jen. Oh, let me change this photo right here. Yeah, I just think they're on two. I don't even. God. Yeah. I'm just shocked that this actually went to trial. I'm shocked that this case went to trial. I'm shocked that they weren't able to get a plea deal in here, and that it would be exactly what the dad is saying there. That's what she should have been charged with, right? And plead guilty to that and take accountability for that, and serve your 7 to 10, whatever they were gonna. I think in Cleveland or in Ohio, what is it? Yeah. Jen. Right? You agree with that one? Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, so when I heard this whole intent thing, it made me start, I'm like, God, how are you going to try to rewrite history? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Turtle Boy's motion to dismiss has been moved to July, by the way. July. Get the fuck out of here. July. Hold on. I was looking for something that was good. Shit. Okay. I went back to pull up. Well, I'll just do it on my next live when I talk about it. We'll keep it here. One last thing I want to play with this is I agree. You can't tell me that social media environment didn't have anything to do with this sad case. It does. It does. Yes. All this fantasy living. Lynn, are you able to show Drip Drop's part in the documentary? I'm guilty of not watching it last night, right to sleep after our live. It's just at the end. He's not like, he doesn't talk or anything in it. They just show his video. They just go through a bunch of different people that are covering the case, and he was mentioned. He was shown. Let me show you though this.
Dominic Roos did do this.
Right now, once we know, when the detective comes back and we know for sure what's going on, everything's going to be bagged up here. It's not going anywhere.
5:34 a.m. Cars approaching.
Okay.
Toyota Camry. Blinker is on. A normal turn. There is nothing going on there out of the ordinary. As a matter of fact, it might be out of the ordinary to put your blinker on when there's no one else on the road. See the car go. Car is now pinned. That gas pedal all the way down, 100 miles an hour.
Watch this.
Absolute heartbreak. Can't imagine what it's like in the trial for the family of those two young men. But it's the reality of what happened, captured on camera. So how do you go from that right-hand turn to that? It's what's going on inside that car. And whatever the conversation was, whatever the argument was, whatever perhaps jealousy, whatever it was, caused her to take her right foot, put that gas pedal all the way down for 5 seconds. Not for a second and then, oh, no, it's all the way down. It is gunned for 5 seconds. And that's how prosecutors are able to get into the intent of this 7.
Okay. The intent was when you did what you did for 5 seconds. Yeah, the intent was the intent was murder. I just think that could have been argued. And if somebody was a good attorney, I personally believe that, and again, this is why I'm shocked that this case wasn't a aggravated vehicular homicide case.
17-year-old young girl. Now, I've got more to show you, which is the arrest video of what has happened here. You just saw the crash. She survived that. She was taken to the hospital. She survived. But the two passengers did not survive. They were dead at the scene. After that crash, it took 45 minutes for anyone to respond. It was a good Samaritan that saw the crash. There was no crash, and then all of a sudden someone calls 911. It's the early morning hours. There's no one there. There's no one there. Let's take a look now. Mackenzie Shrilla getting arrested.
Get social. Does he give a
This served here? Was this just a prosecution fueled by the outrage of social media, or was there actual evidence? Yes, there was actual evidence. So the verdict justified. But the question of whether or not justice was served, that's not going to be answered for quite some time. That's because she's going to be eligible for parole. And does she get out after serving just 15 years for taking 2 lives? I think that's the point where maybe we can begin to answer the question about whether or not justice was served.
And I think that's when you have to ask yourself about her being 17, though, as well. She was charged as an adult. I mean, unbelievable. The intent for me is there with the whole reckless part. Like, I think that you can show 1000% that you're being reckless when you're even attempting to do that. Right? So that's why I'm just shocked that you have to ask yourself, why did you go bench jury? And the reason I just say that is because you're going to have so many people are going to be divided. So that was my biggest question, is why would she opt to do a bench trial and not a jury trial? Yeah, I heard that. Christine Russo looking to get exposure about her brother. Mm-hmm. Hulk Hogan's son only got 5 months. Well, okay, so then think about now the case of where Alan Jackson is representing, what's his name? The dude out there in Cali. Okay. He was charged with murder. And then remember, Alan Jackson made some comment about, that's like Brian Kohlberger. This is like totally night and day, right? And I just think Alan Jackson totally looked like a fool saying anything like that. But her ego is so big that she thought no one would find her guilty. No, you don't understand. She clearly didn't think that. She went with a bench trial. There is no jury. Like, nobody would find her guilty. Like, you're going to take that up with a judge. That's not about that. It's about the elements. Like, when you're going with the jury, you're playing. That's emotion. Juries have. I'm sorry, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. They're supposed to play like fact finder, and so you're going to leave this up to a judge. So what do you think about that? AJ's not repping him anymore? Wait, what? No, not Reiner. I'm not talking about him. Fraser Baum, who faces murder charges in connection with the crash that killed 4 Pepperdine University sorority students in Malibu, California. That's who I'm talking about. Mary. Tisk tisk. He quit. Wait a second. Let me take a look. I'm talking about the Fraser's case. So we're going to take a look. If Alan Jackson dipped out on this, then he's getting his dipstick wet in Boston. You guys like that comment? Quote me on that. His dipstick. Getting his oil changed way too often in Fraser. I have him still being represented by Alan Jackson. You like that one? He quit but gave an interview about it. You guys, again, this is the one. This is the car accident one. He's not Nick Reiner's lawyer anymore. I am talking about the young child, the 22-year-old who crashed into 4 sorority students. He is definitely still his attorney. So that would have been all over the news. Okay. So yes, he is still on Fraser's case, 1000%. Okay, let me show you guys something. I don't know why you want to argue. This is great, though. It's very simple. Here's the case that I'm talking about. You just have to Google who is Fraser Baum's attorney, and guess what pops up? Alan Jackson. He was trying to get his bail reduced, so I'm not gonna. I stand by what I say. So Vinnie Paulton says basically that we're not going to know if justice prevails until basically Mackenzie serves more than 15 years. That's more or less what he's saying, is that she should serve more than 15 years. That's when we'll be able to see if justice will prevail. So clearly, it's my opinion that by just listening to this 45-minute segment, Vinnie Paulton believes that it was murder. So, awesome. Meanwhile, none of these people are talking about Turtle Boy's case. Huh. Let's show you this one. Okay, so This is before her guilty.
I was going to send you like a little video. I can do like a 30-minute video, I think.
You could send me a video?
I think. I don't know. I got to look through it because I think I can. I got to look through and see what my options are. I can't text. I can't snap and save. So I'm kind of going through and seeing what I can and can't do.
Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm about to go back to sleep.
Yeah, does she ever sleep, that lady? When does she sleep?
She sleep right now, so it must take her like 48
Oh.
hours to go to sleep, and she better stay asleep the whole fucking day. I'm dogging her the fuck out today if she keeps being annoying.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
She's so irritating. Like, I don't like her at all.
How old is she?
I don't know. Like, grown as fuck. Like 30 probably or some shit. Like, bitch,
Oh
you're
my
grown
God,
as
she
fuck.
stays
Like,
in there all day?
yes.
Wow.
She's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
She's crazy as fuck, girl. You took a car 100 miles an hour into a fucking building. Yeah, she's crazy as fuck. What?
Intense.
For people like that, lock the fuck up.
That's intense. Yeah, that's intense.
For people like that, lock the fuck up.
That's intense because she's in there all day and she's still like super polite like that. Like she doesn't even know basically where she is. That's crazy.
No, like, it's giving, like, girl, like, she doesn't understand, like, her brain don't work, I don't think, like.
No.
Her brain don't work.
No, that's messed up.
This is their conversation.
So if I get found, like, guilty of anything tomorrow, so what's gonna happen?
Mackenzie, I don't know.
Like, am I going straight to Marysville, or, like, do I have a sentence
Marysville?
thing? Like, I'm confused.
I don't know, baby. I don't know. This is something I never in a million years thought we'd be having to deal with or go through, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would be the one to just get, like, fucked up and, like, not like that, like, get fucked over.
It's not your fault. Not your fault.
What is her mom needs? Her mom just needs to not talk. I mean, somebody needs to put a muzzle on her.
I know, but it would be, everyone would try to make it seem like that and would try to make me go to jail my whole life.
Just got wrapped up with a wrong family, really.
Yeah, it's like, this family, they suck. Bad as fuck. I don't like them.
No.
They're weird as fuck, like.
Yep. Terrible people, I know.
Who is terrible? Planet.
We will see, and then we'll just deal with whatever.
Do you remember when one of my friends got that, like, voicemail from, like, the drug enforcement, the DEA?
Yeah.
And I showed Miss Russo because I wanted to, like, protect Angela because, like, I knew Angela was, like,
Right.
selling drugs.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
And then she wanted to, like, she sent it to the police, like, and then left out the part where I, like, said, like, I'm worried for Angela. That's interesting.
Wait, Mackenzie, I cannot. I'm so sorry.
That's just so interesting. Like, I love how they just, like to leave out, like, little bits of information. Like,
sure, of course. Yep. Because it doesn't fit their narrative. It's just terrible. Terrible, terrible people. I'm sorry.
that's just so.
The Russos are terrible, terrible people. Oh my God. What the fuck?
Irritating. I fucking cannot.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. But the response online, like, people are like, well, it could have been this, it could have been that, it could have been this, it could have been that.
People are all saying that.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Yeah, so then why didn't you do a jury trial? There's a reason. I want to know the reason. If it's going to be a whole goddamn chapter, does anybody out there know this reason? You guys, people don't go with bench trials. I want to know why she of all people would do that when you have, like, I mean, if this is a case that I just would not think that she would do a bench trial with a case like this.
So people don't think it was my fault?
There's a lady, no, the one was like, I don't think it was intentional. No, that's what the general consensus has become. Because, it's because it wasn't.
We should have done a jury.
No.
Shit.
Right there. That's what I wanted to. No, I should have a jury trial. See, hear that?
Has become, because Duh. It's because it wasn't.
We should have done a jury.
No,
or
no,
some
no.
shit.
No, because there's still other people that are like, I don't care. She did.
Oh my God, her mom's a fucking moron. This is why. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. You are a dumb bitch. Her mom is a dumb motherfucker. Holy shit. It was her mom. Her mom was behind this. She doesn't understand how it works then. It doesn't matter if you have fucking 10 people that are acting like that. If 2 people, it's a holdup, then that's a mistrial, you dumb fuck. It's a hung jury. Oh my God. What a dumb broad. What the holy shit. Oh my God. What an idiot. Oh my God.
This, and this, and she should get the death penalty. Like, that person doesn't know you, but that's how some people are talking. So, nope. You made the right choice.
Is it more good or more bad?
Oh my God. You made the right choice. The fuck she did.
It's more good. It's better now. Okay? It's better now. You made the right choice. Okay? And remember, this is only like, what?
I just been like dealing with this shit for so long, and it's like draining so bad. Like I literally like
You
I'm
made
not
the right.
like, okay.
Yeah. But you did make the right choice. The thing I'm talking about is only a conversation between like 5 people. Okay? And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks anyway, because they don't know anything about anything.
This broad is dumb as fuck.
You don't know
They
you.
seen the evidence that they had.
No, they didn't though, because
You see, though, like, I mean, being parented by this woman, nobody would have a chance. Her mom is a fucking, oh my God. Oh my God. Who would have had a chance with a mom like this? Can you imagine getting the worst advice ever on every single thing in life?
they only saw what the media reported. Remember, we know how the media reports, right?
Yeah,
They didn't see everything.
What was I gonna say? There was like a headline where it was like girl charged with like murdering like 2 males in cars, some weird ass shit. Like they read like made the headline weird as fuck. Like
Exactly. And the church thing is still on there.
the church charges.
Yeah, it's still on one of the, I think, Channel 19 or something, which is so asinine.
And girl, like I did not break into that church. I don't give a
Nope,
fuck.
you
I did
didn't.
not.
Fine.
And girl, like I did not break into that church. I don't give a
Nope,
fuck.
you
I did
didn't.
not break into that church. I was in the
Broke into a church.
car. How am I?
I know.
They don't know if I wanted to leave. Why the fuck would I be in the car if I didn't want to leave? Like,
Julie, I do. You recorded it. You were like, I just want to go. Can we leave? I don't want to be here. Don't touch anything. Don't break anything. I just don't want to be here.
No, she's not.
I
She
have
hasn't-
They
Her
don't know
mom's a
anything.
moron.
Nobody knows anything.
yeah, like the only charge that like I think that like I shouldn't even be charged with it though, like, 'cause it was dumb. But like I understand I have to take that fucking bullshit. The fucking drugs.
Oh, yep.
That's irritating
And he
as
should have
fuck.
known better too. And that makes me mad. I'm mad at him for that. Telling you that you can't get in trouble, so just to hold everything.
He always told me that. He always had me hold everything.
I know. That's because you were a minor, and he was using you for that.
And I mean,
I don't even know if it was like a bad thing, or I don't think he was doing it to be bad or mean, but he was just, well, he was young and stupid too, you know? I know. Mackenzie, everybody knows. Okay? And by the way, that person talking online, Faith thinks it's a girl who's going off the rails because they called Jana a bald-headed bitch.
I feel like I know who it is. But I'm not gonna say. I think I know who it is. Though.
Do you think it's a girl too?
Yeah.
Because Faith was like, how many boys do you know call a girl a bald-headed bitch?
What? A lot of people.
I just feel like I know who it is.
I don't know.
Narrow it down and think of who it is too.
They're posting it everywhere.
Because what friends like did I hang out with Davion and Dom with? Like it was like it was only like I can only think of one girl that
Maybe.
would like be with like me, Davion, and Dom that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
You have to ask them if it was them.
I will. Okay. I'll call. I'll make a personal phone call. Leave no record of that conversation. I'm glad it came out though because it was 100% right.
Yeah, that's true as fuck.
Yes.
And like, yeah, I speed. Everybody speeds though. Like, everybody speeds. I don't understand. Like, they're making it seem like they don't
Excuse me.
speed. I bet
That's how Davion drove. That's only how Davion drove. So excuse me.
He was a car boy.
I know.
So.
I know. So don't worry. However this goes tomorrow, we'll one foot in front of the other, and we'll deal with the next step, whatever the next step is. Whatever the next step is, though, Kenzie, you are going to be okay, right? Well, check you out. You survived juvie. You're surviving county, right? Right? That's what I mean. Like, and Marysville is apparently. That's what I'm saying.
But
if you got to go back, I don't either. And if you have to go back to juvie, then you know how that is. It's whatever. But Kenzie, you know
1 minute
survived
left.
all of this now. You know what I mean? So whatever happens next,
Truth will set me free.
you got it. And we'll deal with it as it comes. But you are going to be okay. And you're making friends everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Because you're an amazing person.
Yeah, I help people everywhere I go. Like, I got that one lady, like, a job, kind of.
That's right.
But, yeah, I said 1 minute left, so I just love you so much.
You're making friends, girl, everywhere you go. What the?
Mom,
I love you too, baby.
I'll call you guys next time I come out, and they know.
No, we got our video call at 9.
Well, they know. I know that's what I'm saying. I'll call you next time I come out. They know I got a video call at 9.
I love you too.
I'll talk to you at 9:30.
This is called 2 hours before the verdict.
That says she's pretty. That one is from somebody else, and all it says is she's.
Hello.
The comment right after that one is from somebody else, and all it says is she's pretty.
I'm dead. That's not even good though. I don't.
No, but it's just like what?
While I'm at court.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Who the fuck said that?
I don't know. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay. Put the speaker for just a second so I can see.
What'd you say?
I just have you on speaker for a minute so I can see. Good. What the hell? Infinite darkness of midnight hour.
Okay. Interesting.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But man, they called out more than.
Is that the corporal? I'm about to be
Like,
I'm about to ask to get off this pod.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the corporal though.
So wait, before you have to get off the phone, I'm just scared. I just need to say, whatever happens today, we're going to be okay, right?
No, but no.
But we'll get through it. We'll get
Either
through
way,
it.
I'm not gonna be okay. But if I get like fucked over and like charged with murder, like I will not be okay.
No, we'll just move on to the next fight. That's all.
How is it? That's not gonna be for like a year or so. Like.
Well, you still might have to serve time anyway. It'll just be time served. Okay?
Oh my God! Look, Mom, I'm not worried about doing. I understand that I'm gonna have to do some time. I mean, like
that's what I mean.
I'm not worried about that. Like I obviously would rather not. I feel like I shouldn't do any, but that's how this has to be in this situation. That will make the families happy. But murder, like, what
No,
the fuck?
hell
Like
no.
that's just horrible. And
Nope. That's what I mean. So we're just gonna go fight, and get guns ablaze.
And I'm so for real. You contact who I told you to contact, like that famous
I know.
person.
I'm on. Yep.
But like,
And not only that, but the other one too.
I don't know who the other one is, but yeah, I don't know who that is. But also,
I
then,
do.
like, you can get a protest going and shit, like.
Yeah.
Like I'm dead ass serious, like a
Yeah,
whole
me
ass
too,
protest,
baby.
like.
Me too.
Oh no.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Just if it does, which I can't believe it will, we just got to move on to the next round. That's all. Okay. So just keep your chin up, keep the faith, and I hope that you can see, and I hope it doesn't go that route because that would be ridiculous. And
yes, and then honestly, if the judge does that, I'm just gonna know that like she like has like some like weird ass shit going on.
Kenzie,
like,
no.
Like, I'm just gonna know that like.
It would.
Like,
It would.
Bribery or something. That's all I could think of. Like.
And there's no way she can. There's no way she can because you're going to judge for a long time. Is that somebody screaming?
No, that was a door opening. In here, so you know at the juvenile facility how we just have to like sit down all day and we're not allowed to walk around? You can just walk here. You're allowed to just walk. But 이삭이 don't leave like these at. 이제 키즈, we gonna meet on these feet on Peter 키즈 on these feet he's I meet even she did. Like either like girl, you trying to sneak me or something like.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have to sit down all day because that's bad for your butt and stuff.
He's on Peter 키즈 on these feet he's I meet even. But 이삭이 don't leave like these at. 이제 키즈, we gonna meet on these feet.
This is Gypsy.
Don't Peter kids on me the he's I meet even she did. Like either like girl, you trying to sneak me or something like.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have to sit down all day because that's bad for your butt and stuff. I don't like that.
A corporal. Well, I want to ask him if I can like get off this pod because it's my 7 days is over and I'm not like mentally ill. Are you sure? Well, hold on. I don't know if I don't want to be on this pod. Like all right. I'm on general population tonight in the next couple days. Wait, so you sure I'm being okay? She's.
I'm not talking. You guys can hear this, right? Nope.
You have not been defeated. You're a survivor. Sending you my love. Love, Stacy. I love her.
You can hear her now.
Right. That's right. Yep.
I wish I could like see the message as I'm typing my other message.
Yeah.
But I can't. I'm gonna text her back again. I'm saying sorry.
I just was sitting there listening to this myself. Fucking hey. Sorry, guys. This is just. They're just. I mean, this mom is just dumb. Like, oh my god. This is just. I
If I leave.
How old was she when she got fucking pregnant? I'm just curious. How old's this mom?
You hear the ma'am?
Babies raising babies, man.
A little bit.
Ma'am.
Oh.
Your text. Wow.
She's
I type.
she nuts.
Yeah, I hope something good just comes out today.
Well, after today, see if you can get a job.
Oh, I applied for a job.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I applied for it. That's just anything.
Oh my
I
God,
said,
that's
my mom
amazing.
can't wait
All
to
right.
meet you.
Tell her that I'll text her what I'm wearing so she can find me.
Oh my God. Like, how does someone just have the energy to say ma'am 35 times in a row? I just don't understand. Ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna do some research. I have some questions. We're gonna get to the bottom of a couple things, and so we're gonna be following up with this. I'm gonna leave this right here for us at the 2-hour mark. Yeah, she's right down the road. She's in Marysville. You guys know that, right? She's probably like, I don't know, 40 minutes away from me. I mean, she's gonna sit down with fucking Netflix. She can sit down with Lana. Let's be real. I have to work on my Ebonics a little bit, but we'll get that shit right. All right, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm going to push the Alec one just back just a little bit after lunch hour, and then we'll be going at it. So we have to talk about Becky fucking Hill. We have to talk about, is she going to get charged? Alec Murdaugh's getting a new trial. He should get a new trial. It's very important for our courts. When people do fucked up shit, it doesn't matter what happened in that jury trial. You have to have fair proceedings. So, of course, you should be getting a new trial. I want to talk about the fucked up shit that the state did in round 1. So, again, come back and join me if you want to talk about the Alec Murdaugh retrial that's going to be happening, what we're going to see new. Anjanette Levy was actually in South Carolina. She had some really awesome interviews. She did the best by far with hitting home on like the hard questions and trying to get as much information as she could out of the lawyers. But yeah, I want to talk about that timeline of the killings. Okay. He won't be getting bail or anything like that. He's in for his federal crimes anyways, for his, not his federal, for his financial crimes. But all right, we'll talk here. Do me a favor on your way up, way out and up. Yep, fly out of here. Thumbs it up or thumbs it down. Make yourself known, especially if you want more of this content in the feed. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I think she made the biggest mistake not having a jury trial. That's the question I want to know in the comment section. Let me know. Peace.